Our matey Austin BMX here with another Skull and Bones video for you. We've got over 50 hours of gameplay in this since beta. Have learned quite a lot of stuff, so we're going to bring it all to you. Today we have the basic HUD elements as well as a few different menus to go through and a few tips and tricks to get you started. So definitely stick around to the end to learn all of those. Without further ado, I hope you don't get seasick. We got a lot to cover, so let's get to the plunder. First up, we're going to take a look at the basic HUD. Your basic HUD has a lot of different elements that are very useful. First, you have your boat's health and level. Right now, we are level 7, as you can see in the bottom left, and our health is about 80%. Now, there isn't any indication of numbers on your health bar, just a bar itself, so keep an eye on that so you don't die. If you do die, you may get some red indicator on your health bar that does not allow you to heal all the way up, and you will need to go to a port to repair your boat. Next to that is the quick access menu. This menu allows you to customize which items you want in it, and you can set up that via your wheel. Right now, we have a couple of views on up and down on the D-pad, or 1 and 3, I believe. I think it goes 1, 2, 3, 4 for keyboard, and it's D-pad for controller players. We have food on the right, and we have our repair kits on the left. This is a basic default, but you can change this. If we hit square, we'll also see our weapon wheel open up, or just our wheel in general. We can edit this any way we want. As you can see, we have our 4 selections that are part of the quick access. You can edit these by hitting edit, and then you can highlight it and hit X, and it'll allow you to actually change that to anything we want. We can go to music now. Now you can see that change in the wheel. If we back out of that all the way, if you look down there on the bottom left, now if we hit down, we will actually indicate to our crew to start singing. So you can adjust that any way you want. You also can go into your wheel, and you can change any of these to anything you want. You also can hit L2 on the controller, and I believe that is E on the keyboard and mouse to go through 3 different wheels. So there are so much stuff you can set in here. The only ones that you can do quick access is on wheel 1. You can do these 4 right here, but there's a lot of options to add anything you want in any of these. You can put all your food in here. Like, let's just say we can click on edit. We can go to that one. We can say, I want that to be this chicken right here. Now when we get out of there, if we open our wheel and we hit L2 and we go right here, we can feed our crew some chicken. So lots of customization on that. It is fairly cumbersome to figure out how to get to use that, but once you do, it's really great to be able to edit that. Over on the right, we have more stuff with our HUD. We first have our boat's current status. Right now we are anchored. That's why there is an anchor there, and we're not moving. If we hit X, or I believe, well, we could check it real quick. It is S and W with keyboard and mouse. We'll drop the sails to level 1. Every boat has 3 sail levels, I think, except for the very first boat. I think that one only had 2, and maybe we'll have more at some point. And then if you tap the accelerate again, you'll go up to the next section, and then if you hit the next one again, I think you go into full trim, and that's when you start using crew stamina, as you can see right there. Easiest way to increase stamina is just to feed your crew. Right now we have grilled mango, or it's called Durin. It looks like mango to me. If I hit right on the D-pad, I'll feed my crew some mango, and their stamina will go back up. And then just do the opposite to slow down. So I'm going to hit circle, and we'll slow down 1. We'll hit it again, slow down again. We'll hit it again, slow down again, and then if you hold circle while you're doing that, you'll actually just drop anchor and come to a stop. Next to that, we have just basic prompts. We have R1 or spacebar. That is the brace, as you can see right here. Brace is a really good option if you're going to run into something, either that be an island or another boat. Also, if you're getting shot at right before that impact, if you brace for that impact, you'll actually take a lot less damage. And you also can use some of the ship upgrades to upgrade that effect as well. So definitely get used to using the brace function because it has started to save me in a lot of fights. We have our telescope as well. That is R on keyboard or R3 on controller. If you use this, you can highlight any ships. It will tell you lots of information. It'll give you information on what the ship is currently carrying, if you're going to loot it. It'll even give you some information on if you will get any infinity points for destroying this ship. It gives you the ship's level, what they're doing. This ship is just a patrolling ship, so it actually probably has a little more firepower than just a merchant. This is for the Dominion of Rapa, and they're carrying a whole bunch of loot there. They have 2 armor types, so they might be a little bit tougher than a standard ship. And they also are part of a mission that we currently have locked on as well, as you can see in their little sprite above their head. Now that they have been highlighted as well, you can actually open your map and you can actually see it on your map. I'm not sure how long this stays active, but once you actually scope a ship like that, it will stay on your radar like that. If they are chasing you at that point, like if they become suspicious, you'll see a little white indicator above them, which will eventually turn red and then start blinking. That means that they are going to initiate a fight with you, and I think they'll turn red on your map. Move around counterclockwise. We'll look at the top right now. We have our tracker. Our tracker is X on keyboard and mouse or R2 on controller. If you open that up, it'll currently show you 1 tracked mission. Right now, you only can see the 1 tracked mission you have. Right now, we're tracking Steven's oil opus. It tells us to steal some stuff. If we go into our map and hit journal, we actually can see all the current contracts that we actually have accepted. We'll go down to another one. Maybe we'll go down to this blacksmith's cake. This is the blacksmith in the port over here in the West Indies is looking for some stuff. If we hit track on that, now it has the little yellow indicator on it. If we back out of our map now we can see we're tracking that objective. Right now, that objective, he wants us to destroy DMC ships and collect items for him. We can just keep opening that and closing it with that button like that. We can kind of see where we are in that current objective. Really awesome way to use that. You also can then go see your map on the top. We actually have a place to go with this objective. So that's how you can track some objectives. If we go put a mark somewhere else, we'll maybe put a mark down here on this guard tower. You actually can see that as well. Pretty easy way to track a lot of different things on your map. Pretty basic compass map there. Works great to track things. You also can track different harvestable items as well, and those will show up on there as well. We'll check out our map next. That is touchpad on controller or M with keyboard. On our map, there's quite a lot of different things to check out. We can see ourselves on there. We can see some current objectives we have going on. You can see all the places you've gone to, all the ports. These ports right here you can actually go to, and then once you're there, you can fast travel away from them if they have this little mark. We also have places like this, which is like a merchant. You can go there, and usually you can buy stuff from them, or you can start a plunder. Watch out for the guard towers, of course. We also have these undiscovered areas, which means you need to go to those areas and then discover them via interacting with them. We also can see all the trade routes that are all over the seas as well. The trade routes, if you highlight a trade route, it actually will show you some possible loot that is usually being carried on those trade routes. If you're looking for specific loot, you can check these trade routes and then go hang out in their general area, and you'll see a whole bunch of boats go by. And if you use your telescope, you can actually scope those boats, and they should most likely have this type of a loot. Actually works out really good. If we zoom in on our map a little bit, you'll see that now we have a whole bunch of harvestable icons. These are all items that you can harvest. Yes, there's some animals as well. You do need to use your smaller boat for that from the beginning, so you can do some spear throwing. We have some materials as well. Here's some pure iron we can get. We also have shipwrecks. Shipwrecks are really great to go loot. Make sure you're upgrading your crowbar, because once you get farther in the game, you're going to need a larger crowbar, more level crowbar to be able to get into some of these. I always love to go do all this looting. It doesn't seem like much stuff to do all of this. This is how we get our food from the Durin. We also have some fiber material as well, and some wood material, and then we have rock material. Now, Every area has different kinds of these. They're in the West Indies right now. As you can see, this has ironwood and pure iron. If we go back over to the area that you start at, which some of you may be in right now, you can see that this wood is actually acacia wood, and this is bog iron. And if we go over to the African side of it and we zoom in, this is tiki wood, and we have our bananas, our andindidzi, our fiber over here is silas, and I think we have copper or nickel, and that's how you can get lots of different items from all different areas. Now, what do you do with those items? The best thing to do is to go to some of the ports and go to the refinery. The refinery allows you to refine those into lots of different items. As we showcased a little bit earlier, the journal is great to show in the map. If we open up our journal, we can track any of these jobs that we're currently doing. Job right here is an easy way to see what you've already accepted. It'll show you your rewards. You can take a look at all these rewards here. This one gives us an actual haul. And some other bonuses as well for cosmetics. Also gives us some infamy and, of course, some cash. We also can scroll down and we can go all the way down to the bottom and we can actually check out some of the different investigations that we've found. And if you scroll all the way down, we may have some treasure maps we can check out as well. And also, you can look at recipes that you're looking for. Next up, we'll take a look at a few different things to do while at port. Currently, right now, we are at Santa Annie. It's the main port that you'll start at when you start the game. Quite a lot of stuff to do here. You'll be here off and on all the time during your gameplay. We're here probably quite a lot here, and the other port in the West Indies called Tiki. First thing I want to show you real quick is the mailbox. We probably don't have anything, but always check your mailbox. You will have a little yellow circle here, as well as it will show in the bottom right of your screen as well if you have any mail. Definitely check your mail. Any Ubisoft promotions will go here, as well as every time you rank up, you will have some free stuff to come check out. Next to the mailbox is always the warehouse. The warehouse is great because it's what holds all of the stuff you're not carrying on you. It's always best to put everything in your warehouse, so when you're out on the open seas and doing some looting, you won't run into an issue where you're maxed out and you have to hurry up and modify your stuff while you're getting shot at. That's never fun. We're going to go ahead and talk to the warehouse person so we can showcase a few different things. The great thing is, anywhere you are in this game, your warehouse is always the same. Including all of the caches at every outpost. When you're out in the world, you have the ability to access your warehouse at every single outpost. It's called your cache, and it's always the same. So there is a limit to this in size, but I haven't reached it yet, and we have quite a lot of stuff. We always throw all of our food over there, just so we don't have much space being used in our warehouse. I will always hold on to at least one good piece of food, which I usually feed my crew right before a big battle. That way we get some of the benefits of that, and then I will have my basic food. Right now, actually, I think we're using coconuts in our actual quick action menu, so we can actually feed our crew quite a lot while we're at trim. Other than that, we'll always have repair kits and our ammunition, and treasure maps are the only thing, as you could see, you cannot transfer to warehouse. You have to hold treasure maps on you, and you can only hold, I believe, either 5 or like 6 treasure maps at any given time. So you need to do these, because if you run into a place where you're actually going to loot more treasure maps and you haven't done any, you might run into a point where you can't pick that treasure map up. So it's a good idea to do those. We may have another video on that in the future. As you can see in our warehouse, you have all kinds of items, and they're kind of sorted. We have our food at the top. We usually have our ammo after that, but we don't have much ammo in our warehouse. Only thing we don't use right now is rockets. We don't have a rocket launcher on our boat. We have our ammunition as well for these. And then you have your materials. Materials we always just keep in our warehouse. There's no need to have them on you at any given time, because any of the people that need materials, they can access your warehouse and see what you have. So we just keep all that stuff in here. We have lots of materials, as you can see. We have raw materials up here, and we also have refined materials down here. Some of this stuff you do need for crafting. Usually it's specialized materials, as you can see here. We have specialized materials that sometimes are used in crafting. And then we have commodities. Commodities aren't used, that I have seen yet, in any kind of crafting way, but they are used in some missions, like some quests, and some people will want you to bring them certain items. Like I believe we just did one where we needed lots of wine. So sometimes it's good to keep these, but I end up selling it quite a lot. We have 23 of these cloves up price. Nice. Bam. 13,000 coin we're going to get right now. We're going to sell all this stuff and make 13,000 silver right now just by selling this one little. As you can see, we actually have quite a lot here. The best thing to do is to just see if anybody wants to buy these for a higher amount of money, and we'll go over that when we get out to some of the outposts. We also have all of our extra weapons that you've just accumulated. We've accumulated quite a lot of cannons that we don't really need right now. We might sell off some of these, or we could keep them, because we actually can give these to some people as well, and some other armor. And then we have our furniture for our boats. We have some of our maps that you can sell to some of the sea people. And then we have some of our helm materials, which is actually a whole business you can do. And then we have our basic materials, which actually some of this stuff is used for crafting. So it's good to keep it, unless, you know, there's somebody that's giving you a really good price for it. Then we end up usually selling it, because we always can loot this stuff some more. If you go over here to the merchant shop, we have the carpenter. It's always great to talk to them and upgrade your weapons, because it's always great to have the most upgraded weapons. Pickaxe for mining, saw for harvesting wood, the sickle for harvesting the fibers. Spyglass is always great for, we showed earlier, for seeing what ships are carrying. Crowbar, again, we showed that earlier, or talked about it, for accessing the shipwrecks. Your hunting spear, I haven't done this at all. If you want to go hunting for some larger animals for food, you may want to upgrade this. I haven't done it very much. We've just been going around plundering a whole bunch. The carpenter can also make a bunch of furniture for you. You do need to get the blueprints, and we'll go over that at the end when we go through all this. We have furniture for defense, furniture for offense. We also have major furniture, and you also can repair or make repair kits if you want to craft those. Of course, the next person you want to talk to is the blacksmith. The blacksmith does the same pretty much thing. He'll let you craft a whole bunch of cannons after you've unlocked those blueprints. You also can unlock the hull armor as well. We're actually tracking this one right now. I want to make this, but it's pretty tough. It's got some pretty crazy items on it right now, and you can do all that. And then, of course, you have your ammo that you can craft if you can't find any right now. The easiest thing to see is if it's grayed out, you don't own the blueprint. If there's a lock on it, it means you can't unlock the blueprint because you're not at high enough rank. I currently don't have any of that because we are Kingpin right now. And then the easiest indicator is if there's a little yellow hammer there, then you have the materials on you. So it's quick and easy to see that you can craft these right now. If you want to look into a blueprint, there's some information you can see. We don't have the blueprint to make bombard bombs as of yet. If you look over on the right, it says we're missing the blueprint, but it does tell us where to find it. The clue here is it's found in the Red Isle, which is one of the main 3 areas of the map. That's the starting area, and it says we can purchase it from the Uganda merchant in Dragon's Back. Now, that's going to be a place where we can offload our boat, so it's going to be a outpost. So if we've already been there, then if we hit track, it'll show us right where to go. If you haven't been there, you're going to have to like roam around and try to find where Dragon's Back is. So if we hit track blueprint right now, it says that we are currently tracking it. If we back out of here and we go to our map and we zoom out a little bit, you should see it. Dragon's Back is up this way, I think. Yeah, it's right there. You can see it right there. It actually shows the map is at that place right there. And then we could fast travel there right now if we wanted to and buy that from the person. The other major area I wanted to showcase while at port here is the refinery. It took me actually a couple days to even find this place. Great place. You always want to come here because this is where you refine your harvest materials into refined materials to use for crafting. So we do this quite a lot. If you go into here, you can actually, kind of hire this person to refine stuff for you, and you can do 3 different things at a time, as you can see from the finished goods. And these 3 items you can actually leave and come back, and they'll be there if you are doing a lot. So again, same basic principle. If you see the yellow, means you have items to refine. If we click on ironwood planks, we need 5 ironwood to make 1 ironwood plank. We currently have 26. So if we click on this, we should be able to make 5 of them. Just jump up to 5 and hit accept, and they'll start making those for us. We can go and we can retrieve them like that, or we can go actually start a new job as well. I just usually go in here while I'm in town and just click on all these and just refine all of my goods, because if I ever need raw materials, I can go harvest them pretty easily. But by refining these, it actually makes less space in your warehouse, because you're actually aren't holding on to the unrefined stuff, because you always get raw materials roaming around doing stuff. So the best thing to do is go here and just refine all these. I have found saves you space, saves you time when you actually need to go find these materials. You never know. Something you need for crafting, you might have the raw material. You could just come here and make it into a refined material and have it for crafting. This is about time we walked the plank. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to smash that like button. If you're new around here, consider subscribing to the channel for more Skull and Bones content, and make sure to check out our Twitch channel where we live stream the game. We'll have more videos up in the future of tips and tricks, and also ways for you to join on community streams. I'm Austin BMX. It's been great sailing the 7 seas with you, but it's time to set sail, so see you later.